That's our girl.
Oh my gods! Shatterback, you're there too? But why?
Let's just say we're bringing the team back together. We need you to join us again. What do you say?
Ha! Really? Yeah, of course, but first I need your help. I've been trying to bring an end to the sinister clanger smuggling operations across the galaxy. I have my eyes on one target in particular.
So yeah, most of this chapter is relatively accurate to my original audio telling.
Yeah. It does. I like all the different colours and designs of the characters and stuff. Are all really, you did a really good job with this one.
Yeah.
I will say, side note, and this is just an observation I've made. I've realised that KNS haven't mentioned Snake Staff once. Like, obviously they're on a mission to gather the star scent to aid Fresh Powder, but it's interesting that they haven't just brought it up specifically at one.
Well, in regards to my chapter 10 prologue, the star scent won't be properly made aware of the damage Snakestaff's been doing until Fresh brings it up, like, what happened to the bunyip? It's like, you don't understand. This guy's out here is out to get me. And it's like, say no more. We're coming.
Ah, okay, so I'd be like, don't you realise what we're dealing with? Because
Yeah.
I always looked at it as, oh, we're sending them off for extra support with this fight, and they're like, okay, we're going to go and deal with that, and the Reapers get involved.
Well, as chapter 1 of this went, Fresh sensed what he thought was Snakestaff, at least in his timeline, but in actuality, it was the Reapers that he was sensing, and he's like, go handle Snakestaff up there if he's up there, and he's like, wait, this isn't Snakestaff, it's the Reapers. Okay, let's focus on them while we're up here. So
I see.
So yeah.
I can't rely on my fellow cops, as you know. So if we work together, we can take him down for good.
Wait, she's a police officer? I thought the Jadoon were the galaxy's police force. It's a little Doctor Who reference for you, the Jadoon.
Yes, I like the world building with this because it makes the galaxy seem bigger, the universe.
Yeah, so the Jadoon might use brute force and such, but Tara and her kind are specialized to be a bit more fair and such when it comes to...
And do it right.
Yeah.
I am above those brutish rhinos. I am a fair cop. Now what do you say to my plan?
Oh, Tara, I admire your aspirations, but I'm afraid clangers are trafficked every day. I doubt there's very much we can do right now. Plus, we can't stay in one place for too long.
Oh, no. You don't understand. It's different than that, captains. They have Spanner.
Spanner? He's alive?
Yes, finally bringing up Spanner again.
Yes, indeed. The voice acting that everybody does for this is really good. You can feel the emotion with Rowan doing that.
Yeah.
And everything.
So yeah, I've mentioned Spanner before, once or twice. And even in chapter 4, during the flashback, Kay happens to say, the hyperdrive's busted, and without Spanner, there's no way to fix it on our own. So that just goes to show they really relied on him quite a few years ago.
Yeah, that's a good touch. I like that.
Yeah.
Who is Spanner?
Spanner was our chief engineer. One day he just disappeared.
So there he is, holographic image of him.
Yeah, when I first saw this, because the blue was different to the screen, I was wondering if he was actually blue at the time. Obviously, I understood later.
Yeah. Also, I felt like I had to honor the clangers in some way, so I felt like, you know what, it might be funny if we take this kid-friendly concept and turned it into something dark, like with the clanger trafficking and all that, so...
Yeah, I love that, because that does, that became... This episode really felt like something out of Star Wars with the world building, because it's like, oh, you've got all these criminals in the background, because you've got obviously the one coming up, and you've also got the ones from Emerald's backstory that destroyed his planet. So there's a lot more villains out there besides Snake Staff. There's all this big stuff going on everywhere, and it's just building and building on each other. Like, it's really good.
Yeah. Also, I felt like if I was going to have an engineer character, I had to give them the name Spanner because, for one, tools and such, but also as in spanning the stars and such. So I thought, yes, this is perfect.
Ah, that's good. I like that.
So yeah. Also, you were partly right with the music. That's from Stuart Little 1, where the Stouts find out the family's looking for Stuart. So yeah.
I think it's because I have... well, they obviously reused that in Stuart Little 2, but the scene I think of is from Stuart Little 2 when I hear that music, so it's like... But yeah, point is I recognise it was Stuart Little.
Yeah.
He's been missing ever since.
But I have found him. We can save him and the other clangers if we are lucky.
Great, but who is our target?
That's the problem. It's the intergalactic mob boss, Flats.
Flats. The Flats? I like a good challenge.
So yeah, I like to imagine K is the more confident and aspiring captain here, whereas S is the more kind and caring one. But K's actually the one who's actually more interested in seeing what she can do and such.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, when I was taking notes, I was trying to make sure I got it right, because in my head, K was voiced by Rowan, and that confused me. He said it was the other way around, and I was like, so I've had to get used to that now.
Yeah, also, if you've heard my audio tellings for my version of Chapter 10, you can see within KNS's silhouettes some little clues that indicate who and what they are. So if
I have only learnt recently from Dan telling me in private some lore, which makes it very interesting.
So yeah. But you'll just have to wait for my version of Chapter 10 for them to properly reveal that detail, so yeah.
Input your coordinates and we'll be right there.
I'll be waiting for you, captains. This is Tara Grondag, signing out.
There she is.
So yeah, we get a front view of the SS Turtle. Yeah, I like to imagine that her ship's the larger of the battleships. Like, she uses that for transporting goods and passengers and such.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the sound effects for this scene when she's parking the ship in the hangar bay.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
Tara, it's been so long.
Pegasus, it's so good to see you.
Again, that's another example of me actually spelling out their names instead of using their proper anagram names.
Wait, where's Blooper?
He's in the med bay, being repaired.
Greystyle, come here, you.
Yeah, this image makes me smile of the crew hugging it out.
Yeah, that was actually a really sweet scene. I like Rowan's "come here, you." Like, she really went full on with that line.
Yeah.
My name's Twilight.
Wow. Getting the teammates back is going to be easy.
I like your style.
Huh? Stay where you are, Cyberman.
So, yep, that's her cop tendencies shining through there.
Mm-hmm. What was the sound from the do when she pulls out the guns?
I just found, like, I think that was recycled from the Reaper ships when they're firing, because I felt like I wanted some sort of dramatic sting when she pulls out her blasters and such.
Yeah, I get that. Cool.
And lower your blaster.
Whoa, it's okay. He's with us. This Cyberman is on our side.
A good Cyberman? That's a first.
So yeah, my taste in sound effects are shining through again.
Yeah, I think it's interesting when you watch this and think about how much work's gone into the backgrounds and the sound effects and everything merged together. Like, it is really impressive.
Yeah. I was originally going to have some extra details here, like how in the last chapter I labeled some of the boxes as, you know, the Shoebox Zoo, the Ark of the Covenant. I was going to do some more here with some of these other boxes, but I just couldn't think of what to put in them, so they're just left blank.
Hey, wait a minute. I have an idea. Here's the plan.
So there we are, there's Flats's space station.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny because I never actually properly named this space station. Like, I just couldn't think of what to call it, so I just call it Flats's space station.
That's fair enough. It works.
Yeah. Also, this plan of Tara pretending to be captured by Cyberman 38 and Squidward, I figured because in the last chapter they were completely absent when the team went to look for Shatterback, so I figured why not highlight them in this chapter by have them pretend to be bounty hunters.
That's a good thing. I like that.
So yeah, I mean, that also kind of explains Medic and his role, because I figured by swapping certain characters out for different chapters, I thought it would ease the pressure on me to have everyone in the shot at one time, and also to help throw some extra dynamics in, like how would this play out if this character was involved or this character was absent and such.
Yeah, definitely. And it works with the story because it shows them individually doing stuff like pretending to be bounty hunters and stuff, so it works. It's good.
Greetings. We demand an audience with the mighty Flats. We bring you a gift. We have Greysile in custody. We wish to be rewarded.
I only just noticed the back image of the Cyberman there, actually. But,
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that before.
Yeah, it was bound to happen at some point. You had to see them from the back and such. Also, I imagine that Greysile in this scene is wearing breakaway cuffs. Like, it looks like she's restrained when in actuality she isn't.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Bonus. It seems two bounty hunters have captured Greysile.
So yes, we get our first partial glance at Ocula. So, you might have seen it in the description, but Ocula's not exactly voiced by anyone. This is an example of me using my laptop's text-to-speech functions to have it read out Ocula's lines.
That's pretty clever. It works, though.
Yeah, I just looked up some of the novelty voices, and it's got like Oregon, Zarvox, and this one, which is Boing, or the Spring voice. So yeah, just use that for Ocula, and yeah, it works.
Yeah, and it does give him his sort of chilling, dark, dynamic voice, which is what you needed, so it's good.
Yeah.